CFA Level 1, February 2025. Are you planning to give that exam but are wondering what are the details? When is the registration going to start? When is it going to close? Can we get a scholarship? Where to get the books? How to study? What's the plan? What's the subject sequence? If yes, then you have to keep watching this video. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanishka and I hope you all are doing good. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you all details about the CFA Level 1 February 2025 exam. So let's get straight to it. But before that, if you're new to this channel, then please take 1 second to hit the subscribe button. If you've ever liked my work, it would really mean a lot that you join my community. If you're already a part of this channel, then thank you so much for joining me in my journey. I hope we stay together till the end of time. So starting with when is the February 2025 exam going to be conducted? It's going to be conducted between 17th February to 23rd February 2025. Yes, the exam doesn't happen on just one day. There is usually a range of dates between which you can choose. Now understand one thing, even if it is 17 to 23rd, in your head, it would be fair to count it between 17 to 20th or even 21, because usually, this is not always, but usually, and especially in the start, they only open up the pehle ke kuch days so that people select that, and only when that gets full do they open up later on slots. This doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does happen. So there's a very high chance that you only see when you go to schedule 17 to 20 or 17 to 21. So keep it fairly between 17 to 21, but actually it is 17 to 23rd February. Now, coming with when can we register for the exam. So the registrations begin on 9th May. Yes, this Thursday itself, it begins 9th May 2024 is when the registration for the February 2025 exam will begin. The early bird, that is the last chance for you to get the $990 rate, will end on 9th of July. After that, the price will increase to 1000 plus dollars. Okay. So your early bird will end on 9th July. Exactly 2 months you have to avail the early bird discount. Now, a lot of you also use the invoice method to pay. What is the invoice method? Basically, wherein you go to the bank and you request the bank to send money directly to the institute. That also has a deadline. You cannot use that method after 28th September. If you use it before 9th of July, you can avail the early bird. If you use it after 9th of July, you will not get the early bird. But that entire process, if you're planning to use the invoice method to send money or to make your fee payment, that also has a deadline, that is on 28th September. It is not open till the end of the registration. Now, final registration closes on 7th November. That is, till 7th November, if you do not pay, you cannot give the CFA February 2025 exam. That's it. That's very, very important date. Now, two more dates that you should know ideally. That is the scheduling deadline. That is, till what date can you schedule, what day do you want to give your exam. Remember, I told you have a range between 17 to 23rd. So you have a deadline to choose that day as well. You can do it till 12th of November, anytime. Even if you pay now and you schedule it later, it's fine. However, ideally, it is suggested that you schedule your exam as soon as you pay, or sooner the better, so that you get a slot that you want. And as now, okay, the slot that you want is not available by then, because slots are not just fully running, it also goes out. Like, there are a limited number of seats for each slot. What are the number? Nobody knows, but there is a limit. So if you want a specified date, it's better you take it pehle se, so that you know that you have it. Now, what happens is sometimes we schedule a date, but due to unforeseen reasons or for whatever reasons, we want to reschedule the date within the same attempt. That is, suppose I chose now, I paid my fee on, say, 9th May, and by 1st of June, I decided that, okay, I want to give my exam on 17th February. Something happens by December. I'm like, you know what? I need to change my exam day. I can't give it on 17th due to some personal reason. I'll have to give it on 18th. So to change that date within the same attempt, that also has a deadline, that is called a rescheduling deadline, and you can do that up to 18th January. This doesn't come free of cost. इसके पैसे लगते हैं. Okay, and the exact amount I'll let you know क्या है in the description, but it does cost. It's not free of cost. And this is not defer. Remember, this is not deferring your exam. This is rescheduling in the same attempt. You're just changing the date in the same attempt. So these are all the important dates that you remember. Repeating the most important ones: registration start on 9th May, early bird closes on 9th July, final registration closes on 7th November. These three are the most important that you need to know. Coming to the second thing that we have to discuss, that is scholarship. So a lot of you have been asking that can you apply for the women's scholarship or the access scholarship or both for the February 2025 attempt. Can you apply for women's and access scholarship together? Yes, you can. That's been answered multiple times. However, can you apply for it for the February 2025 attempt? 99.99999% no. I'll tell you why. So the scholarship windows usually open in September and January. The January one is closed if you applied it and you got it, great. If you haven't, then the one that opens in September, usually uska result aata hai December first week. That is after the registration of the CFA level 1 February 2025 exam. Because the registrations will have been closed by then, you cannot use that scholarship for February. Even if you don't get the scholarship, you cannot even avail early bird for February. Basically, you can't give the February exam if the scholarship is not rewarded before 7th November, or uske chances are 0.0001%. So, like I said, usually the window opens in September only and only miraculously if this year the window decides to open in August. Ab tak aaya nahi hai, and mostly hoga nahi. Like I said, it's a very, very, very bleak scenario. But only if it decides to open in August, which you honestly will not know till August. So you might take the risk of losing your early bird. The chances of you getting a scholarship for February are almost as good as zero. Like I said, it would be a very, very miraculously rare chance that the dates decide to change. But agar wo nahi hua and it maintains to what it usually is through the years, then the chances of you getting any scholarship or even an extra long early bird for February 2025 is completely closed. So my sincere request for you would be, if you are very sure that you want to give your exam in Feb, abhi se, then avail the early bird rather than using the late price, or rather than risking it for the scholarship, because the chances very, very bleak. However, if you want to risk it, choice is yours. My job is to tell you whatever the pros and cons are. Coming to point number three, books, how to study, where to study. So the moment you register for the exam, you will have access to the institute material. You can study it in PDF format. A lot of people prefer to print and bind. It's honestly a better method because it just adds convenient. But if you're somebody who's good with also reading through PDFs, brilliant. Second most used resource, a lot of people use it, is the Schwezer books. It's personally something that I also use a lot. Now, Schwezer for 2025, I have checked in two very, very common and very, very big bookstores that I know sell the CFA books in Mumbai, and I know that they deliver out of Mumbai also. And they both have told me that the 2025 Schwezer books have not yet been released and they will not even come in stores till August. Maybe July end if you're very lucky, but August might even push till a September. Okay. So now what to do if you want to study from Schwezer? Keep checking on Amazon. Again, udhar bhi it will not mostly come out till July at least, is my prediction. However, there hasn't been too much of a change announced between 2024 to 2025. Reason being, 2024 already had major changes. So within a year, itne sare major changes, unless there is something very big like a COVID, hota nahi hai. So in my opinion, you can use 2024 Schwezer books for now. However, once the 2025 books release, you can double check that is the same chapters, like are the chapters same, are there any concepts missing. It's okay if you can go to the bookstore and check it out, perfect, so that you don't need to buy it. If you can purchase it, usually it's just a 1000 ka set, then that would be great, just so that you have an updated version. Or you can just check with a friend and just double check that, okay, मेरे में ये सारे chapters हैं, तेरे में ये सारे chapters हैं, cool. Best thing is, if you're going in a class, you can double confirm with the teachers. They always know the exact syllabus and they will tell you you don't need to get the new one or you need to get the new one. But you definitely can start studying from Schwezer 2024. Alternatively, the moment you register for the exam, for anybody who plans to do it within this week, you will get your books. You will get the institute material immediately. Immediately. Now, a lot of you have also asked, when should we start studying? When is a good time? Ideally, I would say start studying in June. I know it is longer than the usual 6 to 7 months that I tell people, but especially for people in India, understand, come August, it's gonna be very, very festive. The festive season will begin, like we say, it will be Raksha Bandhan, Ganpati, Navratri, Dasera, Diwali, then of course the entire December month. तो उस टाइम पे थोड़ा सा लैप्स होने के चांसेस हैं. सो इफ यू कैन स्टार्ट नाउ, इट्स ग्रेट. you'll have ample of time. You can also enjoy that time. However, for any reason, if you couldn't start now and you end up starting a little bit later, that too is fine. It's not going to create a ruckus. End of the day, you know your pace, you know your study schedule, and stick to that. Don't listen to anybody, not even to me. Now, a lot of you also wanted a detailed study plan for CFA level 1. I already have a two-part video on that. I'm adding the link in the description. I have told you exactly how I have practiced questions, from where, which step have I done first, which step have I done next. So you have to watch that video. However, I'm going to share with you a subject sequence that you can follow. These are for people who are studying on their own or are using recorded live lectures. If you go to classes, it is always recommended to follow the sequence that the class is going with, so that you can be aligned, and it just saves you time and is more convenient. So if you're going for a class, follow the sequence that they are doing. If you're not going for a class, you're doing self study, or you're just starting out on your own, then you can use this sequence, and I'll justify why I have made the sequence. Number one, start with quants. Very, very important, because you will need to know time value of money to be able to understand the entire base of CFA. Time value of money plus the calculator usage बहुत ज़्यादा होता है in quants. Therefore, quants is the best thing to start with. And even though time value of money is a pre-read chapter, that is, it is not going to be tested directly in the exam, please spend time on it. Like I said, it is the base of almost the entire CFA. It's going to be there in level 1, level 2, level 3, and almost across all subjects. So spend time on time value of money and start with quants. Number 2, go to fixed income. Now I know quants ke baad fixed income is a little heavy, and I usually don't give heavy, but I'm still putting fixed income on number 2, because fixed income for most of us is an alien subject. Somewhere we know what equities, somewhere we know at least purpose what stocks are, what shares are, some rough idea we have, but fixed income is something that is alien to most of us. And in level 1, it can get a little tricky. So it's best to just get it done with starting May. So fixed income on number 2. Number 3, after quants and fixed income, believe me, your mind will be like, what am I doing? Why am I doing? ये बहुत difficult है, बहुत difficult है. So mind को शांत करने के लिए हम अब करेंगे कुछ बहुत ही light, and that is alternative investments. It is very, very light, very, very easy, and it's a good combination to do fixed income with alternative investments overall. Fourth subject that we'll do after alternative investments is derivatives. It is a little bit tough. Again, it is alien for most of us. It is not as vast as fixed income, but it is alien, and it can get tricky and requires a lot of practice. So it's best to get it done in the first half itself. Also, fixed income, alternative investments, and derivatives all through level 1, level 2, level 3 is a good combination to keep together. Like these three subjects somewhere na unka मैच होता है कुछ ना कुछ concept wise, some points match. So it's just good to combine these three together. After derivatives, like I said, it can get a little heavy. It's best to switch to ethics. Also, it is great to keep ethics as a midpoint. Therefore, subject number 5, please pay attention to ethics. Second reason for keeping it on number 5 or as a midpoint is, the moment you finish studying ethics, make it a part of your routine to practice at least 5 to 10 questions religiously, at least 5 times a week, if not every day, from the day you finish till your exam. It's just gonna do you so good. By the way, I have a detailed video where I've explained all 7 standard of ethics in very layman fun language. I've used like boyfriend girlfriend examples, ghar ke examples, kaam ke examples. It's very fun. I'm gonna add the link in the description. You might just enjoy it. After ethics, it is good to do eco. Reason I'm keeping eco is, again, derivatives and eco have some very, very minutely similar concepts, but kuch hai, like the currency part is slightly similar. So it's good that you keep it somewhere aspas and not too diverse from each other. After eco, we have equity or portfolio management. You can do either or, it doesn't matter. In the list, I'm putting equity first and portfolio management next. But even if you decide to do portfolio management first or equity next, it doesn't matter. Either or. Both are um, slightly new, but not too difficult, not as heavy as fixed income, but not as light as an alternative investment as well. So you can keep either or. After this, you will do corporate finance. Again, corporate finance is slightly lighter, and you will need it because the next subject is going to be very, very vast. Last but not the least, you will do FSA. Now, I know a lot of you will be like, why is she giving FSA in the last? इतना बड़ा बुक है, हम पहले करके फिनिश करते हैं. I'll tell you why. Because इतना सारा syllabus है, इतना बड़ा book है. If you keep it in the beginning or somewhere in the start, then you'll have to revise it again. Now, if you do it only in the last, after you finish this, that means you completed one entire detailed reading, your revision will start. So since you've done it in the last, you won't really need to revise so much. You can immediately just start practicing questions because अभी अभी किया है तो कुछ recall करने की जरूरत नहीं है. So somewhere you're saving time and you're saving yourself the hassle of restudying a very big material again. That was at least my thinking, because I'm not somebody who enjoys reading multiple times. So yes, that is the subject sequence that you all can follow. In fact, any other batches, November batches can also follow it, May batches can also follow it. Just letting you know again, if you go to classes, please, please, please follow their sequence. It will just keep your mind more sane. Like I said, I have a detailed plan that I'm adding the link in the related description. Please check it out. And with that, we are ending this video. Let me know if you have any more questions, any thoughts, comments, and I would love to hear it and answer your doubts as well. Quick reminder, I post long videos every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, wherein I help early career professionals navigate to their firsts, that is, first job problems, first interview problems, college placements, CFA tips and tricks extensively, what course to do, etc. etc. Along with that, I also share lifestyle videos and daily vlogs on shorts. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Until then, keep sparkling and definitely keep learning.